as you can see in front of you, picture is there. It has got a title of project management. Along with that, you have several highlights like goal setting, initiate, plan, priorities. Then you go into complete, execute, monitor and control, and task. These are few of the parameters we'll be going in details in project management. These are the basis of the complete project management. So this course will actually provide you an approach what many actually consider a complex process. Project management is normally considered to be a bit of complex process in the industry, but yet it is very simple as well if you just understand it in a better way. So this course is actually designed to simplify the management process required to manage a project right from the starting till the end. So whenever we are talking about a project management, it is through right from the beginning stage till the end and whatever it takes in between. So when we talk about project management, if we take it in a very layman language, what do you think project management is? Any example you think that that example might be a suitable one to describe project management? Any example from our real life? Okay. So for an example, a very normal thing which frying a omelette. This is a task you must have done or at least seen others doing it. You must have watched someone doing this work. If we take that as an example of project management to describe, to narrate what is project management, then if we take the example of frying a egg, making an omelette. So in that case, what all things are there? You first have a concept of like you want to make you want to make a omelette. So what all things are involved into it? Can you name those? Egg, salt, vegetables, oil. That's it. And what will be the process?
First up oil,
Mm-hmm.
add vegetables and salt to the egg,
Vegetables. Okay. And
then stir it and pour to the pan.
then time to time you see that, okay, this side is fried up. Now let's flip it up. Right.
Yeah.
Then at one point of time you say, okay, this omelette is done. Let's pour it into our plate and let's have it, or garnish it and have
Yes.
it. Okay. So
Yeah.
in this, if you see, making the omelette was actually your concept. It was your concept that you want to make an omelette.
Yeah.
So now what all things you need is like you're getting into your head that, okay, for omelette I'll need egg, I'll need oil, I'll need frying pan, I'll need salt, I'll need a stove, I'll need a gas supply or electric supply if it is an electric stove. Okay, so these are the things involved, in which the initiation is your thought. Then you come up with lots of things. That is what we called as procurement. There is a term called procurement. So the terms describe whatever we have done, like purchasing those matters, all those items for our project. That is a part of our procurement. This combined thing that you have done, what you have done is you have initiated the thought, you have collected all the materials to do that, you have taken care of that it does not get heated up more than required, you then serve it up. Complete process can be termed as a example of project management. Okay, because we actually don't realize that project management is something that is actually we are accustomed to do. Our brain is actually accustomed to do all these things on its own. But what we need to do, know, to doing for doing any work into the professional arena is a bit of professional touch to it. Some terminologies are there, few other things through case studies we'll learn. All these things combined will make us a good project manager. And it won't be that difficult as the term might sound to the students. So it is a very simplified thing which we actually do on a daily day basis. So moving on, what do you think is a project? A project, in a very typical nutshell, if I say, then it is actually defined as a unique endeavor to produce a set of deliverable within clearly specified time and cost. Means you have to produce, you have to make something and deliver it to your, let it be your client, consumer. You have to achieve all these things within a set of time and within the foundation of being in a particular budget. Either of these things, if hampered, the outcome may get disturbed. Like if you pour in less amount of oil, the output might not be that good. If you pour in less amount of salt or you forget to put the salt, you won't love it. You might not end up loving your. So these are the things we need to take care of while handling any project. And this is actually the main parameters about project, that it has to be a deliverable thing. Like you order something on Amazon or Flipkart, anything, then all those things are coming through a process. What we get as a client is that we order and we get, after a few days, we get a package. That is the deliverable. The process that has taken up is comprising of the complete project management scheme, in which they are taking up from the vendor, going to their own local warehouse at that time, then transporting it to the main city from where you have ordered to that local warehouse. It has to be transported. From there, it has to be given to a particular area. Unit is there for a particular area. There it has to be transported. Then after that, they go and check which delivery boy is assigned for that particular area. They will be giving it to that person. Now he has to take care of it and deliver it to your house. Till the time it is not delivered, they are actually even cross checking that whether it is you or not. So these are all the part of project management. We actually do it on a daily basis in our life. Getting a particular bottle from your room, from one room to another, even from one point on your table to the another, you make sure that the bottle is picked up and it is made sure that it does not hit anything else, so that nothing other thing is not hurt, neither is your own bottle get deformed, and it is delivered to another space, another place, in a very normal condition, in a very 100% condition in which you actually want it to be deliverable. Now moving on, projects are different from standard business. Actually, when we talk about the project and the business, then actually the functioning of a project is a bit different from standard operational scheme of a business. Like, they are unique in nature. All projects are unique in nature. You actually cannot say that this kind of project I have done and I'm a master into this. This you cannot say with 100% authority. No, because each and every project is unique, and even if you find it very much similar, you cannot find it 100% same. There's a difference, thin difference between similar and same. That is taken care of through project management, because your one project might look same, but the challenges inside the project might be big. A different thing might be there. The challenges that you might have in that particular project, that might be different. Like if you are handling a project in India, the challenges are different. If you are handling a project in Australia, then the challenges will be different. Projects have a defined time scale. They actually have a very specifically defined time scale, that okay, on this date the project will start, and on this day the project will completely come to a commence. So the project time scale is also predefined right before execution. Only it is fixed that okay, this is to be delivered in this many days. Like if you go and become a MBA graduate, Let's take an example of being into sales. They will be giving you, okay, this is the project, these much of units you need to sell out, and all those work are actually unique. Like if they are giving you a product A for selling at one point, you might find product B similar, but the challenges over there in selling that particular thing might be difficult, different. And there will be a specific time that within this time frame, those amount of units has to be sold out, and there will be a approved budget to doing all those work, to carrying on the marketing work, to carrying on the activities, going place to places, the amount spent in transportation and all x refreshment, all these things will be fixed. Within that frame you have to do it. The project have limited resources. The projects mostly tend to have very limited resources, because till the time you don't confine yourselves with resources, you won't end up having something very innovative, because most of the time the innovations come from limitation of resources. The more you are limited, the more improvised design, improvised way of doing the work you come out with. But yes, we need to make sure that the limitation is not that bad that even the imagination dies. So that much of leverage has to be given to the team with respect to the resources allocation. It involves an element of risk. Yes, it always involves some element of risk when it comes to a project. When we are dealing into projects, there are risk involved. There are always risk involved to do. Maybe you are having some other, there are like, there are product you have launched, and suddenly there is a change. There is a change into the government scheme. There are change into the materials. There are changes into the, like, you are purchasing something from X company. That company suddenly goes on to become a bankrupt, or they don't have the units to come up with the product to give it to you. These are the risks involved. For an example, in the year 2018, bitcoins were banned in Indian market. When the 2018 general budget came up, financial budget, in that at that time, Mr. Arun Jaitley, he was a finance minister, and he announced that from that day of announcement, the bitcoins were no more a legal entity. Now, if you see into this, it might be like before that announcement, many people of India might have invested a lot of money into Bitcoin. And suddenly their project might be that invest this much of money, coming out with this much of money, with this much duration, this much of investment, this much of time. So, but suddenly this risk appeared that, okay, India is actually banning up the Bitcoins, the cryptocurrency, they're banning up. So now these are the risks that might occur in your project. Like when the notes were banned, the 500 and the 1000 rupees note, what we called as demonetization. When that was done, it was a sudden move by our honorable prime minister in the year 2016. So just before that, those who have ordered a lot, huge amount, or just imagine you were the one who was the supplier for any product. Let's be a bat. You are a manufacturer, that cricket bat manufacturer, and some team has given you an order of, let's say, 1,000 bats, and for per bat you are charging them 1,000 rupees. You have got a order of 1 million rupees. In that, now if you haven't analyzed the risk, the one who have ordered might have given you 1 lakh rupees, sorry, 10 lakhs or 50% advance, let's say 50% advance, 500,000, 5 lakh rupees to you as an advance on the day in which our prime minister declared that these notes are no more legal tender, and you have 5 lakhs rupees in your hand. What will you do? These are the risks that we need to analyze before going into any kind of investment, before going up with any kind of project. There are many risks which we are not actually aware of. Like I said about the demonetization, no one would have imagined India going under any kind of demonetization of the notes. But yes, now we know. Now whenever we plan, we may plan for something like this as well. Though this is a truth that nothing in the near future will be happening something like this, because it did not go that way it was supposed to be. But those are political things. But leaving it things inside, even your projects are politically motivated many a times. The moment, as you must have seen into the arena of Indian economy, that nearby the general election, the investments are very confined. They are not into that pouring out position. The businessmen, the investors are not actually pouring out money into the market. Why? Because they are in fear, like maybe a new government might get formed, a new government might have some new scheme. So people get restricted. These are like planning for your risk. These are like risk management you're doing. So we'll be learning in detail about the risk management further. The next thing is achieve beneficial change. Each and every project tend to achieve beneficial changes. We don't want changes that are not beneficial for our project. We always tend to have changes which are actually beneficial for our project. Like if you have any kind of product and then suddenly someone tells you that okay, this product material can be improvised, and the material that was earlier costing you, let's say 10 rupees, now it will cost you 10.5. Then this kind of change, you might say, no, I cannot actually increase the rate of my product right now into the market because it's my initial days. But yes, if someone comes to you and say that this product material earlier it was 10, now it can be 9.5, we have changed the design, we have made it more efficient, more optimized, then you might say, yes, I would go with this change. These are the two basic difference between the changes. One is beneficial and one is not beneficial for you. So you need to analyze all these things, and you should try to achieve the beneficial changes in your project. Moving on, as you can see, project characteristics. What are the characteristics involved in a project? Those are unique in nature, have a defined goal. All projects have a defined goal that, okay, this is the thing that we will be achieving. If there is a marketing team, the marketing team will have a different perspective that okay, this is the thing that we want to achieve. We want to sell out 100,000 pieces of this product to the market in a span of 1 month, 30 days. We want, this is a goal. You need to be defined with the goal that what actually you are going to achieve. It requires set of resources. We require a set of resources for our project. We always need that. Have a specific time frame for completion with the definite start and finish. Our project should always have a start and a finish time date defined before going into the execution part. Before carrying out the things on ground, we should be fixed up with the start and the finish date. Otherwise, it will be very much aimless attempt to complete a project. Involves risk and uncertainty, as we discussed earlier. Requires cross-functional teams and interdisciplinary approach. Yes, every project, you can say each and every project, the one parameter that has to be fulfilled is that it is never a one-man army type of thing. It is always a collaborative, a teamwork with all the members or many of the much more of the members being from different disciplines. Someone might be good at marketing, someone might be good at management, someone might be good at making good great slogans, someone might be good at animation in a team, someone might be good at the communication with the vendors, communication with the client, communication with the investors. So all these things comprises of a project team that has to be cross-functional and interdisciplinary.